don't want to go around this corner fast. I want to go home and make love and make cheese. That's what I like doing most of all, because I'm French.
Well, maybe when you play the French, yeah, but...
Oh, yes, that's very nice. But it's different. I mean, football, what's that prat called?
Actually, I nearly tried to kill a Frenchman on a bicycle the other day. He'd got so much rain on his spectacles, you couldn't see where he was going, and then he banged on my car. Well, that was it.
How did you know he's French?
Because he was speaking like an idiot. That is how I knew he was French.
I have to say the French really are very, very good at this sort of thing. They say no to sporty, firm suspension and extreme performance, and instead they give us this more sort of considered, philosophical approach to luxury.
He sat down at AMG and said, go on, let's have a giggle. Go on!
This is working with me. It's saying, yes, go on, Jeremy, go on. Oh.
It's like driving a Nissan Micra with the view out of the window speeded up. There are castles. This one is home to the Morvey-Doo, a huge dog that terrifies people to death. Nigel Mansell used to live here. Rick Wakeman and Norman Wisdom still do. It's like Beverly Hills with kippers.
It's a performance artwork. It's like music and dance. That is what it's like, I think.
The seats are hard and unsupported. The ride on normal roads is very uncomfortable, if I'm honest. And I don't know about you, but I find this interior rather boring, apart from that, obviously, the talk thing. It's like sitting in someone's ear.
Air.
It's so underrated.
It's thick.
It's like breathing soup.
It's thick. Yeah, you can bite off pieces of it and chew it.
It's like lung nectar.
Is that there's almost no feel. Braking in this car is like mountaineering in a pair of Wellingtons. They are very odd.
This may be road legal, but it isn't driver friendly.
I think I'm going to go left.
Steering it is like helming a Spanish galleon. And there's another problem.
The little Fiat is all about style. And if I'm honest, the Citroën is like a sponge cake with writing on the roof. It's very soft, it's very quiet, it's very comfortable. This is none of those things.
The trouble is, I didn't think the Crossbow would be much good either.
I'm not sure with these tyres, which are so sticky, that this is going to work. It's like driving on super glue. You do it. Your ears are sorted with a Category 7 Hurricane. Yes. And then because there's no roof, you've got a Category 9 Hurricane, really messing with your hairstyle.
There it is. I'm not doing that. My foot is still nowhere near the pedals. It's turning in. Imagine if the British had built this. Ah, well, we didn't get it quite right. That's what happened there. We just missed that little bit there. This is really designed for, posers, people who've got carpet warehouses in Huddersfield who just want to show off to the mates at golf club. Hey, I've got one of them gearboxes like Michael Schumacher.
That doesn't sound right.
The sound of Britain in the 60s. Ding, 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 ding. Made in the Midlands with pride. We've really put this together very nicely, we have, very nice. Good job with that A-type, we have.
This render that they put on everything is like a sort of batter for houses, isn't it?
Batter? I've battered my house. Because we must now find out how fast let's see if I can still pronounce it properly, the Cuzzer.
Yeah, he's still got it. That's it, yeah.
The Cuzzer, you know what I mean, the Cuzzer. Let's see how fast it goes around the Ebola-drome.
At number 8, that technological tour de force, the Nissan Skyline GTR. It's an extraordinary car. It's nearly as extraordinary, in fact, as the car I've put at number 7, the Cuzzer.
David Plough, it doesn't
Oh,
work.
yeah, as in snowplow. No.
Well, that would work in Birmingham, wouldn't it?
I'll get the Snowplow out.
Snowplow out,
No,
yeah.
all right, we'll call this David Ploughy then. They had one that, and it was just about BMW leaving, you know, the day of. We have tried and we have failed with you people. And they're right, ta-ra, mate, take care, be good, thanks for coming. Right, get that V8, get the supercharger, get the nitrous, we'll get something going here.
Finally get it started.
They had that lot, all those cars they've done. The ZTs and the ZRs and the ZSs. Sure enough, it's a Vauxhall Astra with a big diesel sign over there. And now we're chasing this BMX bike up the A34. Oh, this is getting around the world. They're going to laugh at us.
What worries me about this is...
People from Birmingham are always saying, it's the Venice of the North, this. Like Venetians always say, we live in the Birmingham of the South.
Canals are just for moving coal around. I don't want to do that either. I'm from Birmingham, I don't ski, and I don't do boats. End of.
I'm just thinking of the idea of Roma launching something.
It's T-minus 6 seconds. T? Someone say T? No, I'm going to go into space. Just it's 3:30 now. We're knocking off, mate. We'll do the launch in the morning. Anyway, it's like, I don't know how much they spend developing it, 5 million quid maybe, whatever. If they'd have just spent another 50p on the interior.
It's a case of a heap of the tar.
It is a heap of the time. Almost wrecking it by that sort of, oh, well, you know, that'll do, that'll be all right, it's better than my ass. Now, the Jaguar engineer said, yeah, we've got something very similar at our factory. We take a car off the line at random, we put a cat in it, we close the door, and we know the car's been built properly if when we come back in the morning, the cat hasn't escaped. That is, true story. Yeah, true story. You can't have him going, oh, you asked me to blow the bloody doors off.
That'll never work.
The other thing about the Italian job is, you know, when it ends and the bus is sort of teetering on the brink of disaster, and then Michael goes, I've got a great idea.
Yeah.
If it's an American, it won't be a great idea, will it?
No, that's true.
Got a bit of poke, though. Got a bit of poke. And a chromed sports air filter, which I told my mates, that gives extra 40 horsepower, that doesn't it? Really. But I told all my mates it did.
Do you know what you did there?
What? You know people in Sheffield nightclubs that are always egging their mates on to have a fight?
Well, yes.
Every one of the pit garages should have one of those. Hey, you'll see that Alonso. He was looking at your pit board. You know, he spilt your practice like what are you going to do? You can't do nothing. It'd be brilliant. And don't buy that car because the gearbox doesn't work. I'd love to ring a dealer up and say, this gearbox. Dunno, mate.
No,
that works.
Is it an automatic or a manual?
It's witchcraft, that's what it is. This is designed to run with a petrol natural gas hybrid engine and will be on the streets of London this time next year. I had that Captain Kirk in the back of the cab last week. And can it understand people from Birmingham?
You can speak to it in any language you like.
Even Birmingham?
Even Birmingham.
Really? Target Foxtrot. It doesn't, it's not doing anything.
That's because you haven't trained it in your Birmingham accent.
Oh, I see, you have to teach it Birmingham.
You load your voice into this aeroplane every time you fly.
Really? So a pilot pushes his cassette in and then it learns to speak Birmingham?
Yep.
Oh,
No, it's like a northern Goodwood Festival of Speed.
So a Goodwood with pies and gravy.
No, anyway.
Hello, my name's Budley Salterton, and I've got a Bentley Continental GT. So let me just demonstrate the problem you have with this car, okay? So, Rich, right, imagine we're at the Harvester now, okay?
Go there a lot.
So, Rich, what are you driving now?
Passat.
A Passat?
No, but it's a CC.
See, right there, the no but.
Yeah.
So, here goes Tut Stig on one timed lap. Tut Stig now exiting the box, heading back down. With James having doubled Tut Stig's lap time, I was feeling confident. We asked Tut Yorkshire Stig to test it for us.
But Evo,
No, an Evo, it's a car driven by people who look like this. When you say to them, what do you drive? They say, got an Evo. Evo.
Evo.
Yeah, that's it. You could have one, actually. You're very good at that. And it has to understand every accent in all of Britain. So it's, or Ockeye the new, and it's just, all right, pet. And it just can't cope. So this is North Yorkshire, it's NYPD.
Well, it actually
It's the NYPD. That would be a brilliant police drama. Right, Constable. I've had the chief constable on. He's chewed my ass. The mayor's chewed his ass. Now I'm going to chew your ass. We've got these lads, they're doing, well, chavs, they're doing like wheel screechers. And you've got 48 hours to solve it, or I'll have your badge in your truncheon. Anyway.
And it'll sell all the stories of what you got up to in it. And it'll have a Scouse starter motor. Mind you, it'll probably come with 2 flats in Bristol, so that's all right. Called up Rover, said, can we borrow one? Nothing unusual in that. You phone Porsche.
Ferrari, anybody. They just give you a car, you
Absolutely.
try it.
We'll bring it round tomorrow. Phoned up Rover. We're not lending that to you, matey.
Seriously? That's what they
Not
said.
until hell freezes over, you're not driving one of them, and that's that.
And that can...
You short-ass little Birmingham faddy, stupid. I've never been abroad and I don't like it, and I'm with my piano playing idiotic friend.
Come on, cheer up, we're nearly there.
There's no looking after the fuel consumption. There are no stewards with moustaches going, oh, now, you bumped into him, you've got to spend 10 seconds on the naughty step. I tell you what Formula One is. Formula One is like having some money and putting it in an ISA so that it matures in a tax-free way. Oh, well, Mum, I've just been to the post office. They've got a new stamp out. Latest creation. Plainly, they wanted to give it a name which conjured up an image of aggression and anger, but unfortunately the job of naming it was given to someone from Birmingham, so it's ended up being called the Furoy.
It combines...
I don't remember its name. It's not, as you might think, a Ford Escort RS Cosworth. It's a Cosworth. And there's a special way of saying that. Don't move your lips, and then at the end, leave your mouth open, OK? Let's practice that. Cosworth. I've got a Cosworth. I have more of a beef with police car sirens.
Too loud.
Oh, massively too loud. Idiot. I think I live in a police siren testing area. At 4 o'clock every morning, oh, Sarge, can I borrow the diesel Astra? Go make sure the siren works. Oh, yeah, go to Holland Park. And bring the fire brigade and the ambulances. They roar up and down.
Are you two seriously suggesting that emergency sirens are too loud?
They are.
Yes.
Always used to say that British Leyland never got continuity and would take the cars away at the end of a shoot and then just send a completely
different car.
Yeah, completely different. No, you see, Purdy's got a yellow TL7 and you've sent a blue Dolomite Sprint. I'm sorry, but that's all we've got in the garage at the moment.
It was just extraordinary. For some reason, they just...
It was time to move on.
You opened door one.
My door. The door's still there. It's come back to Longbridge.
It's on strike.
Let me ask you a simple question. A few years from now, OK, you've got 2 daughters. I have. Some spotty oik turns up at your house on a PQRS ZTT, OK? I've come to take your Izzy out. What are you going to do? There's 4 new teams joining in, OK? One of them, Manor Grand Prix, is based in Sheffield. How glamorous is that? Oh, yeah.
Strictly speaking, it's actually between Sheffield and Rotherham.
Well, if we're going to be specific and pedantic, it's between Sheffield, Rotherham and Worksop in a place called Dillington, which I know well. And it's exactly like Monte Carlo, apart from in every single detail.
You take the shine off it a bit, innit? I can't wait to see their new car.
Oh.
Don't know why you bother with all that carbon fibre. I made mine out of steel.
Stainless steel. I'll tell you what, if that Fernando Alonso twats into our car, his Ferrari will be buggered. I'll tell you that for no.
Funny, my dad worked in Pitt, and now I've got a job in Pitt.
They're replacing Toyota, and they've signed Emo Glock, who presumably is currently learning why it's important to punch anyone who looks at him funny. Is anyone from Sheffield? Are you? Whereabouts? You're from Sheffield? This is honestly, because I'm just thinking, they're using Cosworth engines, or I should say Sheffield, Cosworth.
Cosworth.
No, Cosworth. You've got to like have a stroke halfway through the word. Cosworth.
So your face sort of falls... Cosworth. Your face falls off.
Yes, just go on. Can we just practice? Can we just... you're from Sheffield, just practice it, just show us.
How'd you say it?
Cosworth.
There you are!
Hello and welcome to Top Gear. Now, we've been told that in this new series, we've got to feature more green cars. So, here's one. It's really the greenest car we could find, really, and hopefully it will keep the environmentals happy, because coming up now is what we've got in this series for normal people.
I've got the air conditioning off because it gives me 2 extra horsepower. It's worth it.
And it's kinder to the environment, and you use less petrol. And we don't care about that, but that. And then,
But I have arrived at this conclusion with a simple and alarming fact that came across my desk only this morning. Electric car sales are down by half, which must mean that loonies are fewer and far between. Really, I genuinely congratulate you for your bravery.
Of course, to protect the environment and other road users, the top speed is limited to 199 miles an hour.
and also... But it's £8,500.
It's
for
fabulous.
that. And really good, it's four-wheel drive, which really annoys
What did you say it was, a
environmentalists.
donkey?
It's a donkey, it's unreal, and it really does annoy the eco-mentalists. Weird beards will go, four-wheel drive, but then, oh yeah, so on that basis, it is a cool car.
Yeah, it is a very cool car.
Amazingly, I was still in the running, but my furious pace meant I now had to make a decision. Do I drive like Al Gore would want me to drive at 55 miles an hour and possibly make the finish line without having to fill up again? Or do I floor it, go really quickly and then have a quick splash and dash?
Yes,
Yes, but look at the field. That is ruined.
Yes, and we did that in just one day. And there are eco-mentalists who will tell you that that will take about 25,000 years to recover.
Because of our damage.
Because of our damage. So, to finish off, I've brought along a toy that causes no damage whatsoever.
Yep, a hovercraft.
So let's move it on now to brown rice eco cars.
The trouble is that they're a bit like cod liver oil. Very good for you, but you'd rather have a plate of steak and chips. I mean, take the Toyota Prius here and the G-Wiz. Very earnest. But there's nothing here to make an ordinary human being go, whoa, yeah, I want one of those.
3-cylinder, 1.4-litre diesel engine. There it is. Look at that. Yeah, it's under the look, thanks. You've broke...
I've just saved you a bit of weight there.
Wow!
If it's an eco car, why have they put that on it?
So that when you open your bonnet, when your mates are around, they don't realise that you've got a pathetic three-cylinder.
Do you know? And can I just ask, there's one other question. There's one... So you're only...
8.6 seconds.
That's a lot, too.
That's slow, he means. In fact, it's the same as a 1976 Rover. Still want one?
Yes, I do.
Yep, we do.
It's like Cameron Diaz, isn't it? We know that she's a vegetarian. We know she's a committed eco-mentalist. Would you say no? No. You might. That is Cameron Diaz with wheels on, that is.
Back on the road, Jeremy and I were busy competing to win the hearts and minds of the snowflakes. Because you're young, you'll care very much about the environment, so you'll be very glad to know that unlike the Polo and the Toyota, this doesn't have 4 cylinders. The Fiesta only has 3. And in fact, when it's cruising, it can deactivate one of them and go down to 2. That's a world first on a 3-cylinder car. And what it means is, it's nicer to polar bears.
The thing we've got to...
Say the fuel consumption doesn't matter, which is what those owners are saying, isn't it? Why then are Ford making a hybrid at all? Why are they, Bob?
Ah, well, no.
No, they've got to. It's because the environmental rules that Obama brought in. All the companies have to do a certain...
Yes, fair
But
enough.
Ford are saying the batteries that are part of the hybrid system, OK, they're not some communist plot to combat fake news, global warming. That's to say, OK, it's got batteries in it, yes, but they are for charging up your mitre saw, cooling beer and running the coffee maker on a camping trip.
So the F-150 is a pickup for carrying a big battery to cool the beer.
And the question is, where is the best driving road in the world? Something that has everything. The challenging bends, no traffic, the great views, the long, fast straights, the lot.
Yeah. Now, it's unlikely to be here because everyone does 5. It's not going to be here because everyone's on drugs. That's all just full of ox. Al Gore says that's gone, so it's not going to be down there. That's full of spiders. Signposts here are all full of gibberish.
Underneath that sleek, it's all carbon fibre, that bodywork. It's V8, 2 superchargers on it. It's putting out 1,000 brake horsepower. 250 mile an hour
1,000?
plus. Yeah, 1,000 brake horsepower.
And isn't it green as
Well,
well?
here's the clever thing: is it runs on biofuel. So technically, that's a green car right there. Look, that's a
We could
prize.
buy Al Gore one.
Oh yes.
How much is it?
It's quite costly.
How much?
£1,070,000.
Oh, now.
Hillary